There are a lot of people trying to paint doom and gloom and trying to say that July and August are going to suck and nothing's going to change. And it's just going to be kind of this rinse and repeat of what we've dealt with in the early half of the year. And the problem with that is right now, the charts aren't really supporting that, and history isn't really supporting that. Now, history hasn't always held true. We know that to be the case, but there are some important things that I think everybody needs to see. Some things that give me a little bit of question, but some things that kind of confirm that this summer is going to be a little bit more lively than people are expecting. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So we're still waiting to see where the day progresses to. It's about 7:25 a.m. Central Standard Time. And we're still waiting for U.S. money to push the market one way or the other. We'll see how that progresses. But what I wanted to say here is obviously the first half of the year really sucked. I would have loved for some rallies in the market, some more extended runs. We didn't get it. And that has caused ADA to actually be down 59% from those December highs. But the problem is that people lack context. They don't, one, look at the events that have pushed the market down, but they also don't compare ADA to some of these other assets in the market. For example, ETH down 40%, Sol down 44%, Doge 65%, SUI, the quote-unquote golden child, down 50%, Link 57%, AVAX, a bunch of them 60%, 70%. And what I said is you're either looking at extreme discounts or a lot of shit. And I don't think it's the latter. And guys, do we really think that the market has just turned to this place of just absolute garbage projects and that Bitcoin is it? No, it's because retail interest has been pushed down. It's because people are fearful. And when you actually look at the context and look at where ADA's at compared to a lot of these other assets, it makes sense that it's down 59%. Pretty much all altcoins have all fallen together. That's the way that the crypto market works. And then when times get exciting, we have the opportunity for ADA to decorrelate. Again, if we take a look back at the fall, ADA was one of the best performers, right? It ran 300% in a month. It's a great sign. There's still a lot of interest, but right now, interest around the market is just low. And what I will say here is the only thing that gives me just a little bit of pause about, a super fun, exciting summer is that when we look at this ETH BTC chart, a lot of consistency with what we did last market cycle, very much on trend here. And what that could mean is that we get a little bit of relief until the middle of July if this follows to perfection, right? And then ETH drops off versus BTC, and we see, alts go into a little bit of a tailspin again, and there are questions about them once again. And maybe this is kind of those shakeouts like we were talking about in our ADA video the other day, where we do some rebounding, some drop down, rebound, drop down, right? As we're trying to make our way to the upside. Just understand that is there and present, right? But I do have to say, ADA BTC holding strong, looking good, still in its big descending wedge. And actually, again, we did the same thing last summer before we started to wake up. But even looking back further, ADA was building this bullish trend before this big third retest and breakout. Guys, we were actually building a big right angle broadening descending wedge at that time. This is what we were doing, guys. This is a bullish reversal formation, and then we busted through the top and away we went. We're doing the same thing right now. We're building a bullish trend. We're waiting for our breakout and burst through the top. Not saying that has to happen for sure, right? Something I do want to point to actually here as well is if we look at the monthly stochastic RSI here, we can see we're at a very similar spot that we were in late 2020 as we were building this formation. We were getting down towards that oversold range. Don't have to go completely oversold on these monthlies. It's very difficult to do. Typically it's, bear markets or just absolutely brutal sell-offs in summers. Like, for example, take a look at here in 2020, basically early part of 2024, ADA just had red month, right? Without any relief in sight. So we got down to those ranges. But right now we're doing the same thing we did back then. So that gives me actually a lot of excitement about, what this rebound and rally could end up looking like. Not saying it has to work out perfectly, but something I want to point to here as well is when we look at Q3 in general, Q3 tends to be pretty good for the crypto market, especially the year following the halving. Just take a look here, right? 2021, 25% for BTC in Q3. 2017, 80%. 2013, 40%. But if we break this down even further, we can see that July and August, specifically in the year following the halving, they tend to be pretty dang good. And altcoins receive some of that love here as well. Just to show you guys, again, July, August, 18%, 13%. That's 2021. 17%, 65%. 2013, 9%, 30%. So although people will paint this picture that July and August are going to be bad and doom and gloom and all this crap, you keep forgetting that we have big embrace going on. We have institutional buying apart from yesterday, right? We have big government embracing crypto and Bitcoin. We have enterprises buying. I mean, there's a lot of things that are actually working in our favor to get a good July and August, not to mention that the market is so damn oversold anyways, especially for altcoins. And actually what I wanted to look at even here is the total 3 chart, because if we look back during bull market cycles, what have July and August yielded? Some pretty big rallies, okay? For example, total market cap of assets outside of BTC and Ethereum from the July wick down, basically our bottom confirmation, to the high of August, 108%. Take a look back at 2017, guys. That was 2021. 2017, from our July wick down to the August high, 276%. So the summer months actually tend to be when altcoins accelerate, when we actually gain a little bit of ground and a little bit of momentum, okay? Again, I'm not saying that this has to happen for sure. I'm not saying it has to play out perfectly. But there are a lot of things that are starting to work in our benefit. History, the charts. Not to mention, if you look at fundamentals around the crypto market, you've had huge whale accumulation. You have major conviction from holders in general. And again, you can get to a point where it's just very hard to unconvict the people that are convicted. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense, right? Me personally, even if ADA, for example, runs down to 30 cents, does that mean I'm getting shook out of my bag? No, I'm buying the hell out of it. Something else that people didn't look at, there's a huge buy wall at 50 cents for ADA, right? It's very difficult to push prices down through some of those thick buy walls, all right? If we do break below that, it's not good. It's not good. We might be going into like the 44, 42 cent range, but right now we're not anywhere close to that, okay? So the point is, there is things that are in fact livening up. A lot of the negative news that has impacted the market is starting to clear out just a little bit. Yes, there are some surprises here and there. Yes, they're still trying to shake the tree. Yes, there is still manipulation in the market. But the thing is people are getting more aware of it, and they're reacting to it just a little bit less. And the big thing that we need to know here is when the market starts running, it's probably going to be pretty aggressive. There's thin liquidity. There's still a bunch of short leverage above here. You can see things move very, very fast. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. I appreciate it as always. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think July and August are going to heat up? I think it could be the start of something really good. Yes, we obviously thought that in the early part of the year. Yes, we obviously dealt with a lot of negative news, but hopefully we get some nice clear skies and we can start to get a little bit of liftoff. So have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.